So to develop your concept sketch, you're going to want to create a new Photoshop file set to HDTV 1080p, which is 1920 by 1080. So I'm going to select that preset. Now, if you decide to do this on paper, that's fine, but you do need to make sure it's the same aspect ratio. So I'm going to go ahead and say create, and there's that aspect ratio. Notice it's showing me my title and action safe guides. I'm going to leave them on just so I can see what I'm working on, but I'm going to go to view and go down to snap to, and I'm going to say snap to none because I don't want my Wacom tablet to be snapping to it. And again, if you're doing it on paper, you do want it to be about that same aspect ratio. So next, I'm going to go ahead and sketch out roughly what I want my Memento Mori or Vanitas to be. It can be very gestural, but it should be clear enough so that somebody can look at it and basically more or less recognize what they're looking at. Okay, so in the interest of time, I did a really crappy, really fast sketch. So if you're sketching out your ideas and you're just brainstorming, this is a great first brainstorm, but you do need to make this much more clean and polished than this example that I gave, which is really just there, me getting my ideas down. So if I were going to polish this up and make it look a little bit better, what I'd want to make sure that people could recognize is that this is a deer skull right here, and then I have a cat skull next to it. So I'm doing a sort of traditional still life, and it's sitting by a sort of bay window. And then in the background, there would be grass blowing. I would have clouds moving by. So that's what the 8 is indicating is clouds. And then I'm going to have a little drone flying by in a little loop-de-loop. And so there's going to be an orient to path on that. There'll be motion blur on that, and then I'll also have some easing in there. So that's my 1, 4, and 5. And then over here, I'm going to have a little table desk lamp, and I'm going to have a hand come in and sort of pull down the little pull cord on it, which will make the light flicker on and flicker off again. And so that's going to be my 2, 3, and 4. So at any rate, what I would do is I would make this a much cleaner drawing. So please don't let your drawings look like this. Make them look ready for a portfolio, but definitely make sure that other people can understand what they are. And then in my list, I would describe what each of these animations are. The numbers are just indicating what's going to be moving in the scene.